bubble photography can be a mesmerizing and hypnotizing experience. I was so fascinated by these amazing effects. I had spent sleepless nights as I was so hooked onto this. This is a form of an artwork, and by the time I'm making this video, I have learned so much new things about this new artwork. Trial and error methods have shown me the best possible scenarios and the setups, and I am going to share all the details and information so that you don't have to go through the same process and you can get better results from this. Hello, my name is Alamgir and welcome to my channel. If you are new to this channel, then smash that subscribe button. I make photography and filmmaking tips and tutorials and share my experiences with everyone so that you can learn from my experiences also. In this video, I am going to show you how you can create some cool soap bubble photography like the ones that you have just seen now, using some of the most basic camera gear and even using a mobile phone, and also the lighting setup for this. I am using the Sony a7 III along with the kit lens 24-105 f4 lens, and I am also going to use a 90mm macro lens which I have rented from a local rental store. But if you don't have a dedicated macro lens, it's okay, you can use any kind of an extension tube or a reverse ring or even the macro filters like Renox 250. But again, if you don't have any of this either, don't worry, you can still get very good pictures using just your kit lens. And you can even use your mobile phones to get some really cool bubble photographs. And if you have a mobile phone macro lens, that's even better. Now let's create the soap solution. You will need a base or a small dish. You can also use the back of your favorite cup or a mug or even the back of the lens cover. I am going to take some water and add some liquid dishwash and some glycerin. The basic ratio can be 1 part dishwash liquid to 3 parts of water and half portion of glycerin. We need to mix this well, and once the solution is ready, you need a straw, dip into the solution and slowly blow into the solution, and as the bubble starts forming, you need to lift your straw and blow inside the bubble and not under the solution. In that way, you can get a very nice and big bubble. You need to be careful. If you blow very hard, you'll get multiple bubbles. If the bubble pops too quickly, then you need to add more soap and or more glycerin. We don't need to create a large amount of this solution, as a very small amount of solution will just do the trick. Having different concentration of soap and glycerin will create different look every time. Okay, so let me tell you now why we use glycerin in this solution. Glycerin is a thickening agent and it makes the bubble skin thicker and it makes it last longer. You can also get great results using just a glass. Just dip the top rim into the solution and voila, you have a flat bubble on top of the glass. This will be more stable as it has a smaller surface area, and you can get some really cool and interesting textures from this bubble. But this is not our goal, so let's move ahead and continue with our experiment. Lighting is a very important part of this project. We need a light source where we have a very large surface area. So a softbox or a big diffuser is a must. I am using the Godox SL60 LED video light, but if you have an external flash, it will be even better as the flash emits a much higher intensity of light. But the downside of the flash is you can't record videos. But why is the light so important for this project? It is because you can only see the textures of the bubble only in the reflection of the bright areas on the bubble. Okay, let me explain. As I move, you will be able to understand what I'm talking about. The textures are visible only in the reflection of the softbox, and the areas where you don't see the reflection, the textures are invisible. So bigger and brighter a reflection, the better will be your bubble pictures. A complete blackout setup is much preferred as it will have lesser unwanted reflections. You can use a black cloth, towel, or any kind of a black fabric, or in my case I'm using an old t-shirt cut in the middle to make a flat backdrop at the base. I am also using a few boxes to create the support. You can use anything like books, glasses, or anything to create the support. Next, I am going to remove the soft box from my light stand and move it and place it on top of the boxes to have the light directly overhead on top of the bubble. But since I didn't have any C-stand, I had to use this method. If you don't have a big soft box, you can also buy a big and a cheap diffuser from Amazon, the 5-in-1 diffusers, which is very cheap and very useful, and take the diffuser surface and place it on top of the whole setup, and you can put your light or the flashlight pointing at the diffuser. You can also use sunlight directly falling on top of the diffuser to get a similar effect. But the goal is to create a bigger and uniform source of light or reflection. You need to move your camera as close as possible, the minimum focal distance that your camera lens can support. And the camera lens is exactly the same level as of the bubble. I will be taking the pictures at shutter speed 1/100 and ISO between 800 to 1600 and aperture between f10 to f14. The higher aperture is needed to reduce the depth of field and get more textures and more details throughout the bubble. So you will need a shutter release remote to take the pictures and avoid any kind of a camera shake. But if you don't have one, you can simply put a 2-second timer on the camera like I did. So every time the bubble pops, you have to adjust your defocus very slightly, because depending on the size of the bubble, your defocus might be slightly off. So currently I have the kit lens, the Sony 24-105 mounted on the camera, and let's get started and see what kind of images we get with the kit lens. Once you create the bubble, the textures and the colors will not be very interesting. But as the bubble stays for longer, you will see there are so many actions happening inside the bubble, and slowly the textures gets really interesting. You will be surprised that you can get such great pictures using just your kit lens. You can use any camera or any kit lens combination and you can get just as good result like this. So now let me take out my mobile phone and see if I can get similar textures and colors using just my mobile phone. And there you go. Isn't that great? Now it's time to put on my 90mm macro lens and see what kind of results we can get. Every time there is a new color and texture and new pattern, and no two textures are same. Every image that you take is an artwork of the nature. It is so hypnotizing and psychedelic. I can go on for hours and hours watching this. It looks like some kind of a giant planet with some gas atmosphere. Sometimes you'll see multiple bands of colors. Sometimes you'll see just a flat color. And sometimes you'll see the soap particles moving up to the center and defying all the laws of gravity. It is so peaceful and it makes me so calm watching this. As the bubble gets older, the top of the bubble gets thinner and all the soap bubbles comes down, and you can see really great amazing textures during this time. It creates some of the most extraordinary textures and visuals that I have seen in this soap bubble project. As you notice some black holes or some black lines or patches moving up towards the center of the bubble, get your cameras ready, because this is when the magic happens. I never thought a soap bubble can be so mesmerizing and interesting, and that is the reason why I am creating a 30-minute long relaxing video. I will be putting the link somewhere up here. You can go check it out. So if you have already tried this soap bubble photography, or if you're going to try this, and if you have any kind of a problem or if you have any kind of a query, do post it on the comment section. I will try to get back to you and answer the best possible way I can help you. And also share your experiences, put it in the comment below. I just want to know how you guys have done this and what is your experience behind this. And so let's join this gang and stay connected. Until then, peace and out.